Good afternoon, good evening, or good morning, depending on when you're watching this. Again, it's Michael Ennis here from Brown Education Campus, giving you the overview of the 7th grade week 8 and 9 distance learning plan. Our focus question this time is what makes a civilization successful? So our table of contents, as always, if you're ever confused, this is my first go-to page. At the top, it tells us our focus question, and then really what you guys will care about as students and as parents. Week 8, Week 9, the supporting questions, and how many days each of them should take. Now I'm going to, again, take you through each of these and point out some things along the way. But first, this unit deals a lot with the different parts of the civilization, and what you're going to find is that everything about civilization fits into one of 5 categories. And our acronym that we've been using is SPICE. Specifically, this is used a lot in 9th grade, but it works really well here, and you might as well get used to hearing it. So the S in SPICE stands for social, meaning how people are organized or how they work together, how it's structured. The P stands for political. I always tell my students this is about government. Think about how laws are made. Think about how the military is controlled, who directs the military. I is long, stands for interactions between humans and their environment. This is where your geography skills from 6th grade come into play. How do humans interact with their environment? How does the environment interact with them? What kind of changes do they need to make because of it? C is for culture, art, music, religion. And E is for economics, how trade happens and how people can make a living. So this is really going to be the focus of the unit, and this is going to help you throughout the unit. And as you'll see, we're going to come back to it a lot. Just a little bit of context, you're not going crazy. We did start off week 1 to 3 with the fall of the Roman Empire, and now we're going to kind of flash back to the rise of the Roman Empire. In this unit, we give a little bit of background of the fall of the Republic. And the majority of the unit is spent looking at Julius Caesar and Augustus Caesar. And then you're going to have to evaluate the society under this empire, under Julius Caesar and Augustus Caesar. Week 8, day 1 and 2, our focus question for this is, was the Roman Republic destined to fall? You're going to start with an engage, a see, think, and wonder about the maps, really it's the images you just saw. And then you explore, use the SPICE to look at the Roman Republic. So before the empire rises, I feel like I'm watching Star Wars. What about the Republic? You're going to annotate it using the SPICEs. So anything that deals with their social interactions, how society is organized, put an S next to it. P, put for political, put an I next to anything that deals with their environment, interactions with geography, like all those islands. That's an I. C, anything dealing with culture, art, religion, and then E next to anything with economics. Mostly, you're going to find mostly dealing with trade. And that's day 1 and 2. Really, if I were doing it, I would stress to you that you should start annotating on day 1 and finish annotations on day 2 and fill out the chart. Week 8, day 3 and 4, we switch to who deserves credit for the success of the Roman Empire. And start with Julius Caesar. So day 3 is the rise of Julius Caesar. This is from his biography. It's his story. You're going to annotate it and then fill out basically looking at his 5 most important events. What led to him becoming the ruler of the Roman Empire. And then day 4 is the effect Julius Caesar has on the people. And again, you really need to be thinking about SPICE the entire time you're reading this. It doesn't really say that in directions, but you need to, because it'll help connect to the essay. You're going to be looking at 2 primary sources. What did people of his time think about Julius Caesar? And then 2 secondary sources. And then you're going to, again, look at what made him a hero, what was good for society, what made his society successful, and then the bad parts about it. Again, connect to SPICE. Let me tell you, it's seriously going to help you out. Week 9, it's a continuation. Who who deserves credit, and this time you're looking at Augustus Caesar. You have an overview, use a spice again, it's going to help you. And then write an argumentative paragraph, who deserves credit, Julius Caesar or Augustus Caesar. My class is going to be using a modified race graphic organizer to help our argumentative paragraph. And you'll see a screen capture of it down here. Feel free to use it if you want to. Talk to your social studies teacher. If you are my student, you're going to be using this. Also, I'm going to caution you, this is a lot to do in one day. If you're following the guidelines set out. So if you can work ahead in week 8 and kind of start this in week 9, that'll probably be better for your sanity. That's just my opinion. Days 6 and 7 of week 9. In what ways was the Roman Empire successful? This is going to be the meat and potatoes of most of your essays. It's a secondary source all about Roman Empire life in the Roman Empire. Really focus on the spice, annotations, and then when you fill out this chart for day 6 and 7 is where I'm going to stress that a lot of you should gain your evidence for your essay. So this is really, in my opinion, a big, big, big source that will help you out a lot. And then finally, day 8, you're organizing your essay and writing it. What makes a civilization successful? If you're in my class, you're going to get the 4-square graphic organizer. Like we always do, I'm sure that whoever your social studies teacher is, you've written argumentative essays, and you have a graphic organizer for that. My personal advice, use evidence from the Roman empires and the Roman Republic, if you can remember it. If not, go back. And then one paragraph should connect to your own life. What makes a successful civilization? I tell my students they can focus on a successful classroom, they can focus on a successful school, neighborhood, state, country, but realize that like drawing historical parallels is going to ensure that you do really well on the social studies rubric. So that is week 8 and 9. Good luck. If you have any questions, reach out to your social studies teachers. I know they're probably excited to hear from you. I know I always am when I get to see my students. All right. Have a good one, guys.